Oko shepi and then G le kushile kwa sa. Shepi, fly by your man there. It is late. I never.
We no go sit down the look. Make them go rebel our girls. Everybody, we rise up. We no fighting, we are just up. No be so. No be so. We gonna share every day. People just go. For family was white fat Fulanis. So Jackie boy used to call them terrorists. We touch them the Kanu, you go cause war. We touch you on the bobo, you go cause war. Makana Prugo no Nanga Wanelua. And I will find for another. It's not the time we go change up for them. Change up for them, tell them we know this. When you go Kulia Poku Apakuya, they might not say I buy your food. Igbo people happy Martin alive. IPO is happy with the life. We no go sit down there.
Purchase your tracks today.
Make them monkey on the bus. We no go sit down there look. We no go take our life. We no go sit down there look. Make them stop the house like us. We no go sit down there look. Make them go rebel our girls.
Purchase your tracks today.
Instead of up, they take us down. Instead of right, they take us left. Buru the change. They promise to change, but we don't see the change. Why you not let BIAFRA go? Are you not tired of killing them? There's not the time we go tender for them. Tender for them, tell them we don't be zombie. We no go sit down there look. Make them go kill all of us. We no go sit down.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, fellow BIAFRans. I want to welcome each and every one of us this evening, 17th of December 2021, and it's a Friday, and it's 36 minutes past the hour anywhere you are around the world. I want to welcome BIAFRans all over the world. Like the music say, we no go sit down, they look, may they kill all of us. And that is the truth. That is why we are here, to continue to spread the news and the gospel of Biafra restoration and liberation. It's my pleasure to have you. We were supposed to be here yesterday, but we didn't come on board due to other activities that are also related to the struggle. And we promise we'll be coming back. We want to continue from where we stop on the issue of the neighboring countries that surround the northern Nigeria. And this evening, we are going to play some clips. We want to see how we can cut this program and make it as short as possible, so that we'll be able to also possibly, I don't know if it's possible for us to take some calls, but if we have the time, we'll do take some call. But it's a continuous program. Talking about the extraordinary rendition, that one no fit come out for our mouth. Extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The last time we talked about the DSS coming to claim that he's feeling well, that he's okay, but we'll continue to dispute it because the evidence is very clear. I want to bring in Mazi Solomon Peter and Mazi Aloy AZG to the program. Because they are our guests today. And if you are following us, if you are watching, please help share this program. Make it go around, tag your friends. We want reasonable people, people with conscience and understanding of what the time is. So I want to invite Mazi Solomon as I bring him into the program. Mazi Solomon, welcome to the program. And I also bring in Mazi Aloy Ezeji. Guys, welcome to the program this evening.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Good morning from your end.
Good,
From my end
good
here,
night.
good morning. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mazi Patrick. I'm transmitting from Sydney, Australia. Time is 7:38 a.m. So I'm ahead of all of you. So my prayer goes to God before you guys. And I am one day older than any of my mates, one day ahead of all my mates. So that is fantastic. Thanks to everyone. Biafran, you are welcome into this very program. So as Mazi Patrick has already introduced, my name is Solomon Peter. We are not going to take much time into analyzing this and analyzing issues in this very program. But I want everyone here, please, try to share this very program. Try to make it go viral. Try to welcome your friends and families into this very program. And I want to tell you the reason why we are analyzing the country that surrendered the North, so that you will able to understand the problem that the North is facing. And the Northerners will also understand their problem and what could be the solution to their problem. So why we are analyzing them is not because we want to call out those countries and shame them on how poor they are or how incompetent they are, but we are trying to make you to understand this is where the problem of North is coming, because North did not build their border. They allowed their border to be open, to be using those countries. And this is the problem that is causing for them right now. So we want you to understand the nature of the problem that they not have. That's why we are actually analyzing this. So I must cut it from here so that my brother Mazi Aloy could be able to also introduce himself and give you the starting shot. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon. Thank you very much for that foundation you've just led. Mazi Ezeji.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Pat, and thank you, Mazi Solo. You're one day older than us in London.
Yeah.
So from London to Sydney, Sydney to Rome, we are really connecting well. That's how it should be.
we are in the four corners of the world. The triangle.
Four corners of the world, different time zone.
Yes.
That's the kind of thing we can do.
It is the making of a man. A man made it possible. And
yes.
That man is in detention today. And
yes.
That is why we just have to continue, because he has been able to bring people all over the way. And he came at a time when we have the access to the network that gives us a possibility to communicate. So
Yes.
it would have been, the timing is very, very right. And we have to take advantage of every opportunity it offers us to make sure that we use these possibilities to enhance our cause and free our people. Because in the future, the next generation is going to question our contribution to humanity and say, you people had the internet, you had everything, you had the social media, but you didn't use it well. You didn't use it for our freedom, because the technology will continue to grow to the point where people will look back and say, oh, had we known, we would look at things we would have done differently. And I don't want us to find ourselves in a situation where we would regret. So that in the future, we will say, if we are given this opportunity, we would always say we would have done it exactly the way we did it, and we do not have any regret. Gentlemen, I want to welcome you.
Mazi Pat.
Yes.
Mazi Pat, please. We're Biafrans. My name is Mazi Nnamdi. Sorry that I'm laughing. I just looked at the comment section.
I also see the comment. Mazi, that is the reason why I always welcome the friend of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anytime you see us appear here, then you
you
see that
have always adopted that culture from the inception. You've always known that. You've always recognized that even where you have friends and enemies are also hanging around. But we are not here at this point in time to talk about this comment section.
Let's move on.
As much as we understand, people have also the right to display their ignorance, display their sentiment and feelings, and we will continue. I believe that it's just a matter of time. The truth will, the truth doesn't hide for too long. We will know how and what happened in Kenya. It's going to come clear. And as you know, there is a project I told you as regard to the Kenya issue. And we're also looking at that possibility to be able to bring to light what happened exactly in Kenya. So, gentlemen, I want to start with a clip. Very, very important. Very, very important clip from the United Nations. It will help us to build a background of what we're going to talk about today. Unfortunately, we have time constraint and limit. So we're going to make everything, as brief as possible so that we do not, abuse our time, or we should be able to utilize the short time we have to deliver on this topic today. Let us proceed.
Niger is one of the poorest countries in the world, and for survival, its population depends on farming millet and sorghum and breeding livestock. In this Sahelian country, drought is the enemy, and its people have to fight it every day. The underground water is often over 30 meters deep. Traditionally, it is the women who draw the water with their bare hands. Each day, they fetch tens of litres needed for their household. It is back-breaking work. On the other hand, men are responsible for collecting water for the livestock. The donkeys used to carry out this work belong to them exclusively. Niger is also the country with the largest number of Dimitra clubs. Self-organised groups of men and women meet regularly to discuss and find solutions to the challenges they face in their daily lives. Developed by FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, this approach has enabled many communities to mobilise and improve their living conditions over the years. In Gaseda, a village in the south, 6 Dimitra clubs have been active for several years. 3 clubs are for women only, 1 for men, and 2 others for youth. Club members meet regularly to identify their problems and take action to solve them. These days, the clubs of Gaseda have chosen to tackle the issue of access to water. Today, after their discussion, the women decided to ask for permission to use the donkeys. It's a step towards reducing their work burden. A few days later, the Dimitra clubs all gather in the village assembly, which is chaired by the traditional chief. Thanks to the Dimitra clubs, women speak up in public to voice their opinions and are gaining confidence in doing so. This public debate ended with all the villagers agreeing to make donkeys also available to women.
ngai mo makambadan kala kambara gingai muradaiti.
Ten kilometers away, it looks almost like a mirage in this desert. In the village of Bani Zumbu, women have managed to set up their own vegetable garden. Since organising their own Dimitra clubs, Women here have obtained a 99-year lease contract from local landowners after a process that took several months. They became the first women's group in the region with legal and secure access to land. This success has led several other partners to engage in the process. The Ministry for Water Resources has approved the use of a well. An American foundation has installed a drip irrigation system, and the International Crops Research Institute, ICRISAT, has provided its expertise. This vegetable garden of almost 3 hectares has made it possible to diversify the community's food supply and nutrition. It produces onions, moringa, melons, courgettes, and tomatoes. It also has a positive impact on the socio-economic life of the entire community.
Grupo mama dunga wano grupo mama na funding wano ni wano kandidu dun koi mana fanda kwara bore mana fanda di kaga dai ingai mo koi gina fanda zamda si kwara rai su dune ranta abinda go kwara ra il mana fanda grupo mama na fanda kwara mo go na fanda.
These changes affect the lives of the households.
Kolab de kuto fahamawa akana ise wato din isi ilbata mai sin hanan igzibi kun kolab de kuto fahama kadise hananya ilbata mai ga hanan ilfuwai ga hanan izan kai ga hanan isi wa moi maningai kambainin da safu.
À midi quand on descend ensemble, on va sous la hangar, on cause, tout le monde attend que c'est Hama et sa femme qui causent. Mais ça, tout ça, c'est l'avantage du club de foot.
C'est un bon changement?
C'est un bon changement pour nous, les jeunes mariés.
The Dimitra Club's approach is supported by the local authorities.
Les femmes du Niger maintenant participent à toute la vie socio-économique et politique du pays. Et c'est une très bonne chose. Parce qu'elles sont majoritaires. Hein? Donc nous, les hommes, il ne faut pas vraiment qu'on abuse. Elles sont plus de 52%.
The Dimitra Club's approach is also supported by the highest state authorities, including the High Commission for the 3N initiative. Nigerians nourish Nigerians.
C'est les paysans eux-mêmes, de par leurs bonnes pratiques, qui doivent servir de modèle pour d'autres paysans. Et en cela, ce système de club d'écoute constitue un bon canal de communication.
The experiences coming from the Dimitra clubs are then broadcast and shared through the community radio stations, triggering debates that benefit other villages in return. Today there are over 1,300 Dimitra clubs in sub-Saharan Africa. Thanks to the clubs set up by FAO, rural communities, especially women, get organised, make their voices heard, and take control of their own lives.
Welcome, guys. Please, there is noise on the background. Can you please arrest that noise? It's important that we give our people a little. You know, so when we tell you about the level of poverty in Niger Republic, we'll be going to Chad, we'll be going to all those countries where we have influx of poverty and terrorism. Mazi Solomon, what do you, looking at the video, and looking at how dry the environment is, now one can see the reason there is this need for them to shift south in search of water.
Okay, Mazi Patrick, let me come in here. I don't know if I'm coming out.
You are coming
right?
out. Biafrans are listening very clear, loud and clear.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Now, the dryness of that place is not the problem. The problem in that area is inhuman development, lack of human development, lack of human empowerment. The place is not as dry as Dubai. It's not as dry as Dubai. But they were able to create a sustainable economic development through human empowerment. They engage their people and they are able to create the best city in the world today for for tourism. So it's very, very important that we understand what is going on here. So what is actually going on here that we are meant to understand is that there is low level of human development in those regions. So therefore, they are not empowered to be productive. They are not empowered, to be able to develop their environment. So that is why you see the environment the way you saw it today. Now, if you looked at the level of poverty and backwardness that is in those regions right now, you will discover that it is very alarming. It is dangerous to society. It is very dangerous to neighbor. Because one thing with human beings is that they must do everything they can to survive. Human being, that is just their nature. When it comes to survival, they make do with anything that is available for them for survival. So now there is high level of poverty. Money is not circulating. People are suffering. There is no healthcare. There is no healthcare center. There is no road. There is no infrastructure. And there is no human empowerment. There is no human development. The peoples are not built with skill. So they live in abject poverty. In abject poverty, below $1 a day. So this, and they must survive as human beings. So this is the reason why it is easy for them to venture into terrorism. It is easy for them to pick up arms, recruit young men and young women into terrorism. And those people who are under the helm of the affair of terrorism, it's easy for them to recruit members and to recruit people who will be working for them from this area that we are showing you now because of the abject poverty. The value they put for life is very, very less more. It's very, very less more to compare to you that has an ambition to live in a mansion. You have an ambition to live where there's electricity. You have an ambition to live where there is road. You have an ambition to travel abroad and in search of green pasture. These people, they have low ambitions to that because of the environment. Nothing is inspiring them for life. Nothing is inspiring them for being better than who they are at that very moment because of the environment they find themselves. And these are the neighbors to the north. And now, being neighbor to the north, there is no border demarcation. There is no border demarcation. These people, they are pushing whatever poverty because the northern Nigeria, the situation of northern Nigeria is more better than the situation of this Niger, that even the commentator has to say here that they are the most poorest country in the world. So Nigeria is even, the situation of the northern Nigeria is even better than these people. And yet, these are the people that the northern Nigeria shares border with, and they refuse to build the border. They leave the border porous because they want to use the people of this region to be feeding, rigging election in Nigeria and remaining in.
What is about looking at the way of life?
I just want to say this one shot. The environment we are showing you today, the mentality in this environment is the mentality that produced the president that you have today. That poor, low-life mentality, lack of skill, lack of human empowerment. These are the environment that produce the president you have today. Now, compare the president you have today as the president of Nigeria and the whole thing that we are analyzing to you regarding these neighbors. You will discover why the president of Nigeria cannot be able to make any change, cannot be able to stop terrorism, cannot be able to stop the economic devalue that we are having, cannot be able even to address the issue of security and infrastructure in Nigeria, because it's coming from this area that is very low mental to life. They have low mentality to life. They have nothing inspiring them. They have nothing that is making them think beyond where they are today. So these are just the things you need to keep in mind as we proceed. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon. That is good. That's a good one. And that takes me to the way of life. You see the way they dress. There is no difference between the man in Niger Republic and somebody in Sokoto. The way of dressing, they dress exactly the same. So they share similar culture. Mazi Nnamdi, what is your view in terms of, relationship culture-wise?
Thank you, Mazi Pat, and thank you, Solomon, and thank you, BIAFRA. That area of culture, while my brother Solo was talking, where my mind was going, the area of culture, because you have to, first of all, understand the Fulani as a tribe, the type of culture they have adopted through their history. And if in this 21st century, we want to do everything possible to alleviate their suffering or their pain or their level of poverty and degradation, you ask yourself, who put them in that condition? It's not we Biafrans, neither Ududua, neither indigenous population in Nigeria that put them in that condition. We are comparing, when we are talking about the north, those Sahel, Niger, those neighboring countries, those are the ones they told you they are their brothers and sisters. They respect those ones first that are in Niger before you and me in Nigeria, where they say we must be in that one Nigeria with them. So when you look at the Sahel region, more especially this Niger, it has rubbed off on the north, because the same northern people opened their border. That side, there is no border security or checkpoint or whatever to know who is a Niger person or who is from Maiduguri or Sokoto. So they are one people. It's because of the culture they have adopted over from time immemorial till now. That's why this level of poverty and degradation is going on there. Like my brother rightly said, take a look at Dubai. That place was even a pure desert. Nothing living existed there, but they transformed that place. They have the same access to the wealth coming from oil, the same way Fulanese have access to the wealth coming from the oil in Nigeria. What did they use those money to do? They ended up using it to fund terrorism, bringing in all sorts of terrorists across the whole of Africa, to settle into Nigeria. So what is going on is going to take, another century to be able to, the Fulani as a rest, to educate them, for them to change their mindset. Because you cannot have a mindset talking about development with people who value animals more than human beings. So that's why, some people will say, is it the Bible, or the Christian people will tell you, whatever you sow, that you shall reap. So whatever that is happening, in the north and that Sahel region is a result of what they have chosen, the culture they have chosen to adopt. We that are coming from the southern part of Nigeria, you cannot tell me to go and be comfortable in a bush, in a hut. Even if you build a mansion and put them there, they will still want to go back to that type of life.
They will bring their cow inside the bedroom.
Yeah, and mess up everywhere. So is it my duty or your duty to come and, help them or develop that place. Why they are
that brings me to the argument of the North bleeding and asking the Southerners to come and help them. And we have seen these few days, there is this campaign, the North is bleeding, everybody must join hand. But when Goodluck Jonathan was the president, he offered them his life to help them, and they rejected it. They completely showed him disdain. And we've seen the influx of terrorists from, falling in from all these neighboring countries, coming to cause mayhem, recruiting, So now I want to play this clip because when you say we should mobilize, that was part of our discussion the last time, to go and help the North. Let us play this clip.
Before you play the clip, excuse me, before you play the clip that you want to play,
yes,
there's something I want to clarify here, because it has come to a time when we have to do comparison. It's very, very important, where you have to compare. Okay, so let's assuming that we put the Southerners with the like let me take, I come from Igbo tribe in Biafran land, so let's assuming we put Igbos in where you saw these Nigels today. You pick all the Igbos, you leave them from where they are today, and transport them to where these Nigel people are. Do you think that the story will remain the same?
Never.
The story will not remain the same.
Yeah.
The reason why is I said so. Some people may argue it. Do you understand me? But the level of human development matters a lot to development of environment. There is no environment that develops itself, by the way. It is human that developed environment. So if women are not empowered, they will not be able. So now let me tell you, now in the Igbos, they are among the Biafrans that fought the civil war. Everything they have was stripped out of them. But they are able to build market in Lagos. They are able to build market in Kanu. After the war, after everything has been taken away from them, they are able to build market in Sokoto, in Kaduna. They are able to spread all their economic base in all over Nigeria. They are able to raise structures. They are able to rate malls, build a very big markets everywhere. You see the enterprise. You see the ambition. You see the ambition to make something happen in the Igbo Biafra, and the same with all Biafrans. So this is exactly what we are complaining, that when you have people who are dumb, there is nothing you can do to help them except a singular plan that you can be able to make yourself very strong enough to be able to give them a learning hand. But if they, like Nigeria, as they push the Southerners into survival of the fittest, then we are only hoping for survival. We will not be able to help the Northerners. And that is where our struggle comes into in what we are analyzing today. Thank you, Mazi Patrick.
Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon. Like I said, and I'm going to play a clip, very, very important, because when we talk about help the North, you find out that there are people who, I don't know how to explain it, but even when they see the help, they do not recognize it because they are doomed for destruction. Let us take this clip. They will be able to have an insight of what we are saying.
I said to Goodluck Jonathan Ebele, thank you for being a good man. It is now we are realizing that you are such a very nice, honest man. Thank you, Goodluck Jonathan Ebele. Tomorrow, if you come out, we will vote you. Of course. Baba, you are a failure. Baba, Baba, Baba in kai ka haife mu zaka bari ana mana fyaɗe? Baba in kai ka haife mu zaka bari ana kashe mu? Baba in kai ka haife mu zaka bari ana kai mu daji baba? Baba in kai ka haife mu zaka bari ana mana cinikin mu kamar awaki baba? What they are telling you, if they are telling you that nothing is happening, they are lying. We are out to tell you the truth, Baba. Today, I regret ever voting for you, Baba. I regret voting for you, Baba. I regret voting for you, Baba. I regret for you. And today I'm standing here.
We regret voting for you, Baba.
Baba, baka samu. Baba, mu muke son ka, Baba, mu muka damu da kai. Baba, mu muka damu da kai. Baba, ka cuce mu. Baba, ka cuce mu.
Yes. What is
I don't know. Mazi.
Yeah, because you see,
did you know this woman?
I don't know the woman. I don't know why.
You don't know this woman? Are you sure?
Is it not that the lady that used to do interviews? Is she not the one?
You come. These are the people that brought Buhari into power.
Yes, into power. Why should I tell you that even if I know her, I will pretend as if I don't know her? Why? Because when they were there, Jonathan came. Jonathan spent even his life in the north. Jonathan was helping them build how many Amajiri schools for them to do what? Go to school. For them.
This is not only Amajiri, road
projects for them to go to school and start this human development. Mazi Solomon is talking about here, because in all these things, whether we like it or not, the human development, because first of all, is the humans that will sit down, think on how to start building, infrastructure, turning the desert into a thriving
into water fountain.
Yeah, it's human being. But first of all, they have to learn how to do that, isn't it? Now, Jonathan, I have said it, Jonathan is the only visionary president Nigeria has ever produced. Because they will tell you, without vision, the people do what? Perish. Because Jonathan had a vision 2020. He said by 2020, he will want to have uninterrupted power supply to every house in Nigeria. And he was working towards it. But then, the northern people, these same people, what were they doing? They were sabotaging him, hating him, for creating a program or having a vision whereby the North
that will bring development.
That the North will develop both in human, development, in economic development, every other, strata of life. But they hated him, and we are plotting all sorts of evil against him to get him out of that place. This same woman now crying is among the people who worked against Jonathan for Jonathan to be removed. This same woman now.
And so she is regretting.
I know
it's
her.
Not even long now, and she's regretting.
Yeah. And you're telling me, even if I know her, that I will, accept knowing her. No. What I keep saying it, I don't, because I never know them from day one. Neither will I know them in time to come. I'm trying to get my neck out of their yoke. You understand? To remove their yoke off my neck as a Biafran. And the same seed they sowed, they are reaping it today. And the only way that seed will stop germinating, stop growing, is for them to allow Biafra to go quietly. So that as we are building Biafra, as we are building Oduduwa, it will rub on them. You understand? It will rub back on them. That's the only way the North can be helped. If not, they can cry from now eternity.
Because you cannot be in slavery and in bondage and help
and then be asking us to come and help them to
yes,
when their yoke is on our neck.
Yeah, Mazi, there is something I want to point out in support to what Mazi Nnamdi just said here. Is now the same way we are analyzing the Niger, the Chad, and all the neighbors of the Northerners that have actually contributed to what is happening in the North today, because the North has no strong border with those people. So therefore, the expression the expression that terrorism find in this neighboring is actually the thing that is suppressing the North today. It's the thing that is suppressing the North. So now you know that as long as Biafra does not have that protected border with the North, the problem of the North, the pressure of the North will be pushing down towards the South. We might resist it for a while, but after some time, it will become unresistible. It will overrun everyone. The level of poverty today, because what this kind of level of mentality and poverty does is that he flows down. It's like a bad
Mazi, the influence. Let us use the right word. The influence, okay. Yes.
Now, what it does is that it's just like a wrong, dirty water that is flowing towards the clean water. Then once he met with the clean water, we will have what it is called pollution. When you go to the riverine area of Biafra today, you will see that they complain most. We are talking of organic cleaning. We are talking of Ijo waters and others. The pollution of the oil has contaminated the clean water. And today, the clean water cannot find expression because it has been overrun. But there was a time this thing was in a very low queue, and the people could prevent it. People could stop it. But people goes asleep. I say it doesn't matter. This thing will not reach my brother that abroad.
It will soon end.
Yeah, that it will soon end. It might not continue.
That even brings me, just a moment, that brings me also, not just in terms of environment, like you're using as an example. When I talk about influence, that also brings me to the mentality of an average Igbo politician that have adopted this Amajiri lifestyle where they starve their people of lack of development, and they want to turn everybody to a beggar, so they will be handing money, which is not in our culture, in giving alms. So the influence of and the religion, the culture of these Fulanis have contaminated our culture in the political scene, where you see people, now in Igbo land today, they have turned Igbo young children almost to Amajiri, where they will be sharing them food on the street, which is not part of our culture in the first place.
Yes, the problem there is the feudal system of the North, where one person controlled the majority. So they have actually transformed it into Nigerian way of governance. So, yes. And they are already explaining this platform and said, until today, Igbos and Biafrans are still viewed by the North as a conquered people during the Civil War. So they still view as a conquered areas. And so many adjustments took place in Nigerian political arena during the Civil War, when Biafrans were totally out from Nigeria. So many changes happened, and that is why you see today that the top civil servants of Nigeria and politicians come from the North and the West, because these are the people that Nigeria were left. So we just some few years ago trying to migrate, trying to come back. So now we become political jobbers, people who are politicians, but without ideology. They are just like, in the name of politics, I'm looking for a job. Do you understand? Whereby the Northerners will now be the one to hire you as a state governor they will be the one to hire you as a councillor or even at any representative capacity. So without their connections, you are nowhere. So, and anytime these people contracted you, like as Ahmad Bello said, you are bound to do their bid in the expense of your people. Because what the political jobbers does is that they prefer their positions than people. They prefer the power they have than people. And that is why you see the person of hope, Uzodinma, will just say to you, this little one that he has, nobody will take it away from him. They are not after the life of the people. They are after the power they are controlling because of the benefit they get from it. So as you see the South today, there is no ideology to their politics. They are still being controlled by the North. And that is why we, the IPOP, have foreseen that through the attitude of these politicians, that there is no security of life and properties for the people of Biafra. That the best way we can go about it is to stand up and demand for outright out from Nigeria, so we can build our defense. So against the influence or against the negative influence from these northern areas, which is going to very soon, very soon, as we predict, if nothing is being done, very soon, we will be overrun in the south. If not for the level of resistance that IPOP has mounted over these years, it would have been a history by now, because they have succeeded with the Fulani herdsmen. They have put everybody on run. They have put everybody on fear. Even nobody is there to claim, this is my village. Everybody is on run. Nobody is to say, this is my land. Everybody is on run because of the fear of the Fulanis, terrorists, because of the fear of Mietiala. So, but it's only IPOP that resisted them all this while and have wakened our Yoruba brother for them to also see that these people are resistible, because they have already started pushing their people to Benin Republic. They are taking refuge in Benin Republic. Oduduwa, from Oduduwa land, they are running to Benin Republic. And this is how everywhere would have been overrun. But thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why we all pray nothing will happen to him. He will come out and continue to lead us. Nnamdi Kanu is not an enemy to the North. For a matter of fact, what is happening to the North is why Nnamdi Kanu is suffering today, because he wanted to prevent it. He wanted to prevent the North from bleeding today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering in DSS dungeon because he wants to stop the North from dying. He wants to stop the North from being raped, from being killed every day, because he wants to liberate, Mazi wants to liberate the Middle Belt. That is why he's suffering today. They are starving him in DSS dungeon. That is why he has suffered to be there 2015 for good 2 years without them prosecuting him. You know, so these things we must understand, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the best friend of the North. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the best friend of Africa, is the best friend of West Africa, because this is the only man that is putting solution on the table. This is the only man that is pushing for the solution. The whole politicians has been overrun. Nobody is making any move. They know
nobody have the courage to even speak out.
Mazi, there is a voice note of Amechi in his parlor with his friend, working under Buhari, but in their parlor, they know the reality. In their
private rooms. In their private rooms.
In their private room.
Somebody was telling me, Mazi, somebody told me that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying in the open, that there are millions of people who are saying even more than that in the secret, but they don't have the courage to say it out in the open. Mazi Solomon, let us take this clip.
What can we say for such a situation?
May we use this clip to push down this way you prepared for us. I mean,
Today, I'm standing not at Zainab Ahmed, not at Binti Jazi that everybody knows. Today, I'm standing as a mother, a sister, a wife, a friend. Today, I lost someone very dear to me, raped by 8 men, killed, video sent to our kids. For crying out loud, what wrong have we done to you? This government, me muka yi muku, me yasa ba za ku kawo mana ɗauki ba? A ɗauki uwar mutum, a yi rapin ɗinta, maza 8, a kashe ta, a aika wa 'ya'yanta bidiyo. Wani irin zalunci kuke mana a ƙasar nan? Wani irin zalunci kuke yi mana a ƙasar nan? Ya kuke iya kwanciya ku yi bacci da hakokinmu da yake kanku? Kun yi alkawari za ku kawo mana tsaro. Ku bar mu da yunwa da kuka kawo mana ƙasa. Kullum mutuncin mu ake ci. Kullum tozarci muke gani. Tun ana yi a nesa yana zuwa kusa da mu. Ya ilahi ne kuke so mu yi muku. Laifin mai arewa ta yi muku. Laifin mai arewa suka yi muku. Laifi ne da muka fito muka zaɓe ku. Laifi ne da muka fito muka bi bayan ku. Laifin me muka yi muku. Baba Buhari me muka yi maka. Baba Buhari me yasa ka tsana arewa. Baba Buhari me mata arewa suka yi maka kake bari ake cin zarafin su. Baba Buhari me arewa ta yi maka baba. Baba arewa ce ta kawo ka mulki baba. Baba arewa ce ta mai da kai.
Mazi Solomon, you are in a position to give us some interpretation here. Because
cry. Yes, cry.
Mazi,
yes.
I like that capture. You know, the man seemed like he's afraid at the time. He assumed boldness.
Bring it out.
And I like that very capture. Now, we need to save the North.
Yeah.
The North needs salvation. The North needs deliverance. But the thing is that, could the North accept the solution? Because the solution is
with them.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they are holding in DSS dungeon.
Is with them.
That is the solution.
Is with them.
The solution. Okay, let's assume it. Let's just put a stop a moment. In a moment. And ask this woman to be able to divert her attention to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying. If what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying for a very long time, if what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying can be implemented now, will the North be bleeding?
Never.
Will the North be bleeding? Will this woman coming to cry here?
Never.
Nowhere. So the friend of the North, the defender of the North, the lover of the North, is not the Buhari that they voted. It's not those criminals from the North that are in the power, that are answering the same name with them, that are speaking the same language, that are in the same adini, in the same religion, that pray in the same place. They are not the lover of the North. The lover of the North is the man they are incastigating. The lover of the North is the man that they hated with passion. And that is why I say to them, when they see solution, they will not embrace it. Because they see solution as an enemy. They see solution as a confrontation. They see solution as a hater. That is why when Jonathan, they're making reference, this woman are making reference to Jonathan. When Jonathan is there to help them, because Jonathan is not answering Muhammadu. His name was not Muhammadu. His name was not Ali. His name was not Ahmadu. His name doesn't sound the name in the North. And where he come from is not from the North. So no matter the solution,
his religion
is not the religion that is not impressed. So despite that is profiling solution, they hate him because he was not a Muslim. He is not bearing Muslim's name. He is not from the North. So the same way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is providing solution to the North. Said, you need to develop your land. It is what you give to woman that a woman give you back. What you give to the land is what the land fed you with. You cannot, during the time of planting, you stay back your home and you are not planting and you'll be expecting harvest. It never happened. So it is when you disintegrate Nigeria, then the Southerners can now help you with their own ability to develop your land. You will have a good neighbor, not a poor neighbor, not a neighbor that have a space where they grown the terrorist that is bleeding the North, that is killing the North. Not a neighbor that where every channel of evil came through there to face the North. You will have a good neighbor who has human capital, who has human development, that can build a nation, and they stretch forth hand of help. The European will not come for that. It is your neighbor. Our people said in our age that no one mad in son and is the person that are closer to you, that will do, that can hear the smell of your mouth. The America will not come. When even America come, they bring their help. It will end up in the hands of those elites that allow the borders of the North porous, that refuses to protect the North. So the only thing that will help the North to stop the North bleeding, as this woman is crying today, after electing late Muhammadu Buhari, as they are crying today, the only solution they have is to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is their friend. The best friend that North has ever had. This Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if they did not have anything to do, this woman, she's wasting her time. She should start campaigning now that late Muhammadu Buhari, who is ruling in the spirit, and all the gangsters is working with Malami, that they should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the best friend of the North, the person that wishes the North the best in life. This woman should wake up and start campaigning now for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because that is where the solution lies. So that we can be able to have referendum, disintegrate Nigeria, build a strong economy that will liberate the poverty of the North from the poverty, and liberate them from the poverty of their strangling neighbors who are breeding terrorism, who has a space where the terrorists are being bred, so that there will be a progression in the North, and as the North is bleeding today, that they should be set free from what is causing them to be bleeding. That is my submission, and I'm appealing to all North that they should come out to support the disintegration of Nigeria. That is where the solution of North lies, so that the Biafran can come back to help them, so that Oduduwa can come back to help them, so that they will have a neighbors that are well-do, not a neighbors that are shrinking them. Thank you, Mazi Patrick. And I would like if you can open your line so that one or two persons can ask us questions, since we have a short time in this program.
I would like first of all to listen to Mazi Zeji.
Mazi,
yeah, very important.
I'm here.
Yes.
So,
yeah, Mazi
Solomon, thank you so much for your analysis. I am going to come from a different perspective. That perspective that might not be pleasant to anybody or to the Fulanese. There is nothing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu need to do again to prove to the North or to any indigenous population in Nigeria or the black race in general, what he is fighting for them to do or to live a better life. He has demonstrated that in Kuje prison when he was arrested by this same demon when he was alive. Now, the same North that is crying, the same Fulani that is crying today, me talking to you now, the pain that same Fulani inflicted on me and my family, you talking now, the same pain this same Fulani has inflicted on you, your family, and all Biafrans. And that affliction continues till today as we speak. When they are keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their DSS custody, they went to Kenya to go and kidnap him. They kidnapped all Biafrans. They kidnapped all the indigenous population in Nigeria. They kidnapped even there are some bits of this Fulani, maybe you can say they are a bit liberal. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not know color. He does not know ethnicity. He does not know religion. His mindset is to liberate his people, the black race. What did they do? Catch him. Operation Python Dance 1, 2, 3, 4. How many people killed? As we speak this night, they are still killing in Biafra land. And that same North want us to rally round to continue living in one Nigeria with them. It is better we are making it categorically clear. You see, no matter whatever it will take, we Biafrans, we will keep fighting until we are what? Free from the clutches of this wickedness from Fulani people. It's like this, the story of the story of the crab in Sheko. You know, in Sheko, when you put them in a bucket or whatever, if one wants to crawl out, the other ones are drawing it back. You know, you must stay here in this same bucket with us. We are going to stay here and suffer together. No, you are not escaping. That's what Fulani is doing to us. And whether they like it or not, we are going to force ourselves out of Nigeria. Because from now till eternity, those people are not going to change. Their culture is in them, is in their blood system. Killing, violence, death, misery, poverty. They enjoy it better than, say, good life. When you want to give them, good life, human development, civilization, they will hate you. So how do you think we will continue living in that same one Nigeria with such people? The only way, let them leave us to go. As long as they keep holding us. You see, they are going to suffer. Yes, they are going to suffer, continue to die, continue to, because it's self-inflicted pain. It is not Biafrans that are killing them or raping them in the north. They are their people. These same people they were inviting from the whole of Africa. Oh, come into Nigeria. Come and settle. Otman Danfodio, your grandfather, has given you Nigeria. The oil in Bayelsa belongs to the north. The whatever in the south belongs to the north. They have everything in their hands.
Mazi, let us take this clip.
Oh,
but
let them
because that is exactly
we can
what.
Think of trying to help the north or whatever. We ask
the line is open, by the way. The line is open. But let us take this clip because it is related to what you are just saying now.
The Boko Haram and other ISWAP are trying to set up a scale in this state. And that is why we had to have an emergency meeting for over 1.5 hours before my coming here. It is very sad that the traditional rulers are neck deep in encouraging this insecurity. Let me warn, I will not, and I repeat, I will not tolerate it, and I will not waste time to remove any traditional ruler that misbehaves. I am kind and soft, but let me tell you, ask those who are close to me, I can sometimes be decisive. Being quiet and gentle does not make me a mere foodstuff to be rubbish. security, we must decide to hold it firmly because it affects you, me, and every other person.
Let's not go too forward. The same North that is crying for help, we have seen the governor here saying that even the traditional rulers, they are leaders. You know, there are people in Aso Rock today, we've seen indictment upon indictment of people sponsoring terrorism. Some were even indicted in Dubai, arrested and prosecuted. The same Northerners that are begging Southerners to come and help them fight insecurity are the ones pumping resources. They are traditional rulers, you know, neck deep, according to the governor. This is an intelligent report. You know, so now, do we have to use our own blood to save the people who have decided to hang themselves?
No, to can kill us also.
Yes.
Mazi Patrick, when it comes to the point of them asking for help from the South now, they are very 100% sure that there will be no kind of help. Because what help are they asking from the South? We don't have a different army, and we don't have a different police, and we don't have a different court. We don't have different prison. So they know that their calling is on an empty vessel. So it can't make any change. So all that they are trying to do at this very point in time is that they are feeling like it is. Yeah, they are feeling like.
It's Takia. Mazi, it's Takia. It's Takia. You know why I say it's Takia?
Yes.
To still keep drawing the South to be, for one thing, to be matching us. One Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. This country, we need to be one to move this country forward. The people, they trick. Even this lady that came out to do this ranting. To be honest, that's why I am not moved for 1 second. You said, do you know? I said, I don't even know her. Despite the fact we all knew her, what she was doing during Jonathan, before they sent away Jonathan. This same lady. Now, today, they have destroyed Nigeria by themselves, their own hands. The money is in their hand, the power in their hand, the resources in their hand.
And they are still the same crying.
They have it. So what?
And they are the one crying. They are the same people crying.
So what will be
the point I want to make is that why they are including the Southerners now is that they have rubbished themselves. You know, when one will fall into opotopoto, you know, your hands are very stained and this. So they are calling the South so that they will wipe out their dirty hands on the South. Yeah. Do you understand me now? They will wipe out their dirty hands on the South so that the oil will be lifted more, and they will say the budget will be the bigger budget will be driving to the North, will be dragged for the North.
Security
is to be helped North. The security budget will go up just to help the North. Just they want to rob the South. They want to rob the South just so that they will have the bigger portion of whatever economic value that is coming from the South, so that they will have the bigger portion of it. That's what they want.
And it's not going to be enough.
But
it's not going to be enough.
The eyes of the Southerners.
If they will use it more to create more terrorist group.
So the eyes of the Southerners are not open to this extent, and that is why we are coming here. Our eyes are not open because what they wanted is that they wanted to use sympathy, because they want to use sympathy method. Do you understand me? They want to use it to draw attention of the South, so that everything we are doing, we will be saying, okay, look at the North. The North is actually the suffering. So we should do anything to help them. So when they are drafting the budget, nobody accused because the North is bleeding. You know, they needed help. So when they are budgeting the security money, they say, yes, the North have, but those money doesn't go to the North. And that is one thing you need to know. It goes to the pocket of individuals. And what they will do, the best gift they will give to the North is that they will capture those Boko Haram who are terrorists. That means they are using gun without license. Now they will bring them and they will give them licensed gun. and send them out back to the north.
To the south.
Even to the south, to the north. Some of them goes to the north also. Now, somebody you say that he is a drug addict, you want to rehabilitate him. Now, rehabilitating somebody who is a drug addict, you are giving him a stronger drug. How do you make that person better? How do you rehabilitate that person?
You even give the person license to go and to do more drugs.
To go and kill more. That is quite unfortunate. And this is how they are destroying North. And that is why we are bringing it up to their knowledge, so that people will understand, even the Northern and the Southerners, we know exactly what is going on now and what we should be doing. What we are telling you about Niger that has flooded the North is going to flood the South if care is not working.
There is something I think Princess Joy Ogbowu wrote here. Very interesting piece. Like she wrote here, I think Princess, he said money in your hands. She's talking to Fulani. Guns in your hands, securities in your hands, Buhari in your hands, bandits and Boko Haram, including Fulani herdsmen, in your hands. Still, you are crying for help. One Nigeria. You see, that's a beautiful comment. You understand? Because you cannot be calling for, for help from us, the people.
You are oppressing.
You're oppressing right from time immemorial till today. No, till today. You captured us, so you went to Kenya and captured the Biafrans and locked us up in DSS custody.
But you couldn't deal with your local problem.
You are starving us food.
Yes.
You are starving us what you did during the Biafran war. You are starving us food again. You don't allow us to change our clothes. You don't allow us to eat. You are taking our blood more than 21 times, drinking it. And you are still calling us to
come and help
you. Come on now, come. I mean, why? Because the people you are dealing with, they don't have you. The only thing they will call it politics, but they don't know their own level of politicking is stupidity.
Mazi, is there a possibility that even this issue of raising dust over the security is to distract people from this extraordinary rendition? Or is this a possibility of another?
Of course. To change the narrative, to change the discussion.
To
the world to have sympathy upon the North. So what do they do? Like that lady, I am telling you. So some of us, we don't see their things from how people see them. We see it deeper because some of us that we are kids during Biafran War that have the scars of this Biafran War on us as children. We remember what the type of wickedness in the heart of these people. We experience it right from childhood till today. And now
not terrorists, army with uniform, Nigeria's army.
Nigerian army. But they are what?
In official capacity.
Official capacity. And the same official capacity, they are still doing till today, till this minute as we are on this broadcast in Biafra land. Those military that they deploy to Biafra land, are they trained, Nigerian soldiers? No. Those ones going to village to burn houses and kill people. These are terrorists, repented Boko Haram. So who are the ones who brought them in? The same North, the same people that are in the government. Who are the ones that arm them? The same Fulani, the same people in the government. Who are the ones that say, oh, these ones are repentant Boko Haram, and then we, indigenous people of Biafra, they are the only one to call us, say, oh, we are terrorists because we say we want to leave, and they continue killing us. So how can you expect me to show any sympathy of what when you are killing me? I am already down. The South you are asking to come and help you, is it the same South you send your terrorists down to South to be going house to house, abducting our young men, young women, raping them, killing them, burning houses? burning our businesses. So which South are you expecting to come to help you? The South you are killing. The South you went and kidnapped from Kenya and locked up in DSS custody and keep dehumanizing that same South and keep maltreating, starving that same South and keep doing all sorts of wickedness and evil from pit of hell towards the same South. And you are still asking the South to come and help you. It's change of narrative. They want to change. I say, Takia, don't listen to these people. Not for 1 second. Anything Fulani comes out of Fulani, don't take it for anything. Even if they are crying.
It's economic sabotage.
Forget it.
That is pure economic sabotage. What they wanted is to divert all attention to the north.
Yeah,
and then
forgetting that the international community say, oh, see, women are being raped. Oh, see, women in the north, they are going through this and that and that. But they are holding the Biafrans in captivity.
Mazi, all through the time that the Middle Belt were being massacred, people were being killed in the Middle Belt, there was this level of tension, community being ransacked by Fulani herdsmen. We never saw this level of outcry demanding for South that the whole country, the whole Nigeria should come and help Middle Belt. Why? Mazi, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am here.
So, I said, I was even referring to Mazi Nnamdi. I said, when Middle Belt was under serious tension, when Fulani herdsmen were massacred, nobody cried for them.
No,
the way they are crying for the north.
When Autumn was about to crying here and there, what did they do? They attempted to kill Autumn, isn't it? In Middle Belt, they were burying people in trailers
in grave in mass
grave. The same north, what did they do? The same Fulani, what did they do? They were still threatening Autumn, threatening Middle Beltans with letters that they are coming to kill them more. Is it the same people now? You want them to come and help you? Help you how? The military you're supposed to use to fight the bandits, and the same bandits, you are the one that brought them into Nigeria. You are the one that armed them. So how do you want anybody on earth, not even international community, not even a United Nations, Fulani can call anybody on earth to come to help them? Self-inflicted pain.
Mazi, we have to start rounding up our 1 hour.
Bring down the house and be expecting people to come to, to sympathize with me for bringing down my own house. Or you go and kill the people you say you are living in the same country, your own citizens. You kill them, you destroy them because you're a little tribe, visitors that came into Nigeria. Before you know it, you manipulated people into taking over every resources, and you think you can continue into the 21st century, to commit a genocide, to commit all sorts of atrocities, and then you turn around to ask people to come for your rescue. How is it possible? How? They should come. It's not coming to shout help. They not need help. They should come and tell us how they expect the South to help them. Is the South free from Fulani irredentism? No. We are not free.
We are already helping them. The help we are giving to them is this program that we are running.
Well, let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even as by tomorrow as we finish. Let them, after hearing us, let them release our leader tomorrow, as we even this night as we speak, so that tomorrow, because the more they keep holding our leader, the more they keep wasting the time for Biafrans to be free. My brother, this agitation you see, we keep quoting Pharaoh and Moses. Let my people go. You say, no, you will not. Then the plague, that plague, is what Nigeria is under until they leave us Biafrans to go. That's when they will, that plague will be lifted off them, so that we can equally help them as we are developing our environment in a very fast pace. We know God has imbued us with the wisdom, the knowledge, and technical know-how to be able to build our nation.
And the funniest part is that we are very, very generous.
Yes.
You will see that Biafrans are building. The only development you even have in the north are investment of Biafrans.
Yeah.
So that can always be replicated, by the way. Mazi, I want to thank all of you. I want to appreciate, maybe in the nearest future, we'll be talking Pan-Africanism, because there is this discussion about Pan-Africa, people who are promoting the unity of Africa, and how they are looking at Biafra agitation as, as an obstacle to African unity. I will be talking about that, but we must first of all finish this topic. We'll be going to Chad tomorrow. Hopefully, by the grace of God, we'll be going to Chad. We'll be looking at the economy of Chad. We'll be looking at the situation in Chad. And I want our followers to continue to hook up to this program, because it's important that we shine the light. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have been saying many things about the Sahel, but we want to bring pictures and videos so that our people can see what is happening on the ground in those areas and how it is affecting the economy of the north, that is influencing our own lifestyle as well, both economically and socially. Gentlemen, I want to say thank you for being part of this program this evening.
You are welcome, Mazi. Patrick. Thank you so much, Mazi. Okay, we'll see you again when you choose to make us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, and I hope that we'll be meeting possibly tomorrow to continue from where we stop. Have a wonderful night to our viewers and everybody, and God bless you all.
God bless you.
Let's go.
Criminals the rule. Now what in them they call it that country? Republic of crime. Country where criminally they wear face mask of death president they rule the country now. Republic of crime. A country where terrorists now chief of army staff. Now which kind country be that to? Republic of crime. Country where you look at the mouth, to look at the mind, to rise up against bad government. Republic of crime. Country where social media they control the youth, they make the youth, they wallow in the dark night. Republic of crime. Hey. Something happened the last time I talk. Zombie said them go beat me. Something happened the last time I sing. Zombie threatened to arrest me. Something happened the last time I talked. Zombie chased me for house, but bandits kill people for Boronu. Nobody threatened to kill them. X-Men kill people for Kaduna. Nobody threatened to arrest them. PSS kill people for Enugu. Nobody threatened to jail them. Maybe you wanna know the reason why. You wanna know the reason why. Terrorism is their way of life, but freedom of speech is a crime. If you talk, you go die, you belly. If you no talk, you go die, you belly. If you yan, you go die, you belly. Even if you no yan, you go die. Democracy is dead in Nigeria.